think most musicians gravitate, if they're serious about music, to a state of music that they're playing that is virtuosic, and if it's built properly with the right architecture that's required, your playing is lifted up to a level where you feel a type of freedom. But there's so much groundwork that you have to do, and jazz lends to that. You know, do your groundwork, and then they expect you to improvise.
Jazz music for me is a feeling that you can hear in a certain musical style that was created here in America and is part of a traditional link that goes back 100 years. Jazz is about the blues and about swinging and about, you know, just elements of African American culture that were filtered through American songs, and it's improvisational. Very special music, spiritual music.
In 1994, after I got the place, I found this place so close to the Village Vanguard. I was so happy, and named it Smalls and all that. But I had gone around. The landlord gives you 3 months before you pay your rent. So I had gone around in that time trying to get a liquor license, which I failed, and I decided to go ahead without a liquor license. But just rounding up all the musicians I could round up, and everyone had that same feeling that this was going to be a great thing.
Original Smalls was just a raw basement space. There was no bar. He didn't sell anything besides a $10 cover charge, so there was no liquor license. So people could bring in their own beer and wine or whatever they wanted and hang out all night. And musicians hung out there all the time, and it became a very kind of crazy little hangout for musicians to play jazz late into the night. And I had a job there playing, hosting a late night jam session, and became part of that social fabric. And I became quite friendly with Mitch, and worked for him all the way until the club closed in 2002. In 2002, the club went bankrupt because the rents went much higher than we could afford with the model of business he was doing, and he shut down. Soon after that, a Brazilian bar owner came and got the space and renovated the space and tried to create a Brazilian bar in the space, which failed. And he went and found Mitch and decided to reopen Smalls with Mitch as the manager, him as the owner. That lasted a few more years like that, but then he decided he didn't really like the business and wanted to sell the business part. Mitch discussed it with me, and I decided that I was going to give it a chance, and I mortgaged an apartment that I owned and took the money that I borrowed to buy the business. That was in February of 2007, and ever since then I've been managing the club as well as performing there.
If it's important to have that level of play, there needs to be a place to do it. And a lot of clubs, you know, they say they're playing jazz, and they're really not getting to that level. And I wanted to make a place where the musicians can really work on their craft and have sessions every day and just, you know, raise the level of playing by the frequency of the sessions and the playing. It can only be done that way. You know, you get out what you put into it.
The main product, they music. They are really, you know, they're really about it here. So musicians can come here, hang out, and it's fun. You know, a lot of clubs ain't like that. A lot of clubs, they treat the musicians like shit. You know, and then there's a discrepancy there. There is not here.
There's something spirited here and kind of pure that I think they go for. Basically, it's a place I can come often and hear all kinds of different music, different bands, and I like the people. You know, it's like that thing where everybody knows your name. You know, so it's a nice place to come. It's like a hangout. You know, it's like your own club. You know.
We're now in 2012. Smalls is 18 years strong, having closed for 1 year, and really being helmed masterfully by Spike Wilner, and it's really a place where music is still very alive and happening.
The future of Smalls is going to be international through the use of the internet, and my goal is to create a revenue sharing system where artists can get paid for every performance that they've made at Smalls, as long as people are listening to that music, and to try to create a true artist collective of artists contributing work and getting financially compensated for it.
I had been struck in the heart by Cupid's dart, even though I'd been hurt. So here's my heart for you alone. Keep it for your very own. Enamorada.